Welcome back to Farm Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. Hey, we're back on the island, Spectacle Island, and yeah, we're going to do some farming. Now, between this episode and the last episode, I did not do any work. So, what I've been doing, as you well know, is clearing the fields, and this is where I'm working on that right here. And I haven't done anything further, so I still need to clear quite a few trees off of this field. It's a fairly large field. If you look at the map, it's field 16 down there on the east side of the map there. And it's a pretty good sized map, so there's a lot of trees on it. A lot of work to be done on that. But in the meantime, I do have fields that are ready to seed and fertilize, and seeds that are ready to harvest, or fields that are ready to harvest. This one is 85% ready to harvest, but so I'll kind of wait maybe a little bit on this, but that doesn't mean that I can't do the seeding of these other fields over here. So let's grab a seeder. I've got to do something too. I didn't realize that I've got a tractor that I'm leasing. If I go to the garage and go to leases up here, I've got a tractor I'm leasing. That's costing me some money, and I don't know. I've got a plow I'm leasing. Why I leased a plow, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure why I leased that plow. Anyway, I've got to do something about that, but I don't want to do it right now. I do have the money to buy another tractor, but that'd take most of my money if I did. Let's get this truck out of here. Stubby needs to go over to where we're going to be doing some harvesting, so let's get Stubby out closer to that field and ready. Not ready to harvest it yet. But we might as well get ready. Get him up here. But I do need to seed. I need to sell some logs. And I've got all of that's picked up. Let's get this seeder to work. Did I plant? I meant to plant potatoes. I thought I did. Where did I do that? Was it 13? Or 1? I thought I planted potatoes in the last episode. Did I not? Where am I? Was it 13? Okay, I did. I planted potatoes in 13. Okay, fine. So we're going to go back to here, and I'm not doing potatoes again. So let's do something other than potatoes. I think I've got straw. Let's take a look at straw. Let's see here what I've got. I've got 100,000 straw. That's okay. I'm just trying to decide what I should do. At this point, I don't know if it really makes a difference. Let me do... You know what? I don't know if I have a corn header. Let's do some protein. Let's do... let's do some soybeans. Why not? And let's see, do I have a course play route set up for seeding field number 14? I don't think, because 14 was that weird field. So I might just seed it. Let's see, 14, I've got a plow set up. Where did I start the plow? Let's take a look. Right there in this corner. Okay, let's get rid of that. I'm going to try. Let's see. We're going to start the template up here. And then let's do something like this. Currently loaded field. We're going to do 17.2 starting location. Northwest. Maybe. Northwest heading south. And let's do a headland. 1. It's probably going to be just as easy to do this manually because this is a weird field. But I want to try this. I just want to try it and see what it's going to do. So let's do seed 14. Let's give it a shot and see what it's going to do. Where's my... I'm doing soybeans. Okay, let's just kind of start this and see what it will do. I just want to see what it's going to do. Is this going to even work? Will this thing seed faster than 14? I don't know. It might, but I don't know if I want to do it. Let's just wait and see what it's going to do. Now, this is a field that's got that one tree right in the way. That tree right up in that corner is just almost on the field. If this field would have been squarish, you know, 90-degree angles, that tree would have been right on the field. So let's kind of see what happens here. I'm trying to avoid that tree. And it looks like maybe I'm going to. This might work. The only problem is it's going to go at an angle here pretty quick, and that's where I've run into the problems. So this is where I'm going to run into the problems, because it's going to hit those trees and stuff. I might just have to do this manually. See, once it gets to that end, it's going to hit that hedge. Yeah. Well, I might have to finish this up manually, but let's just see what happens. Let me see what else I need to do. Let's see. Let's sell these logs while we're dinking around. We'll go sell these. Man, it's kind of dark and gloomy out weather-wise on the farm today. Like it's going to rain or something. It does say it's cloudy. It says tomorrow's going to be all sunny, though. We can take that. I got to be careful. I got a slant here. I don't want to flip this truck over again. I've flipped this truck over too many times. Mainly because I drive too fast and I take the corners too sharp. I'm bad. I'm bad with the bone. So I've got to get back into farming a little more than I have been. For those of you that watch my channel, I took some time to do a charity trip into space on my Elite Dangerous account, and it took a couple of weeks to do that. And I was pretty much flying my my exploration spaceship several hours a day, and I just got back. The event is over now. We raised over $6,000 for the Children's Cancer Research Hospital, St. Jude's, on that event. And then I had to fly my ships. I took all 3 of my accounts over, so I was 3 times busier than any other pilot. In that game, we go by commanders. We're all commanders, and but I had 3 times the work to do because I had 3 accounts to take care of. I didn't have to. I just chose to, and I ended up donating money for those accounts to the charity. And so once it was over, then I had to fly, over 25,000 light years home for each ship. And I just finished that last night, so that's been taking up a heck of a lot of my time. And so now I'm going to get back into the farming, and I've got some stuff that I want to do in that game that I've neglected. I haven't been real into... I've been into the game, I just haven't been active in the game. That space game's what I'm talking about. It's called Elite Dangerous. And I want to get back into it because, everybody else that I know in there, their ships are better than mine. Their modules, they're faster than light drives. They're all better than mine because I haven't taken the time to do any of the engineering that you have to do to improve your ships. So even though I've been on the game a lot longer than a lot of the people that I know that I associate with on the game, they're all way ahead of me. So I want to probably take some more time and play that game because it's enjoyable for me. All right, we'll get this guy back up in the field, and then we'll... I don't plan on doing any logging today, so... So I'm just going to park this guy here, and we'll wait. Continue on. At a later date, like I said, I'm going to probably do the cutting of these trees down. I'll just come on once in a while and show you the progress. Let's see. What next? Hey, it looks like this is going to work. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Let me check this field here and see what it's doing. This is my little bitty little field up on the other island. And I can't remember what I planted in here. I planted canola. Really? Sweet. It's only 28% though. Okay. So, as soon as this guy's done, we'll move him around. And I don't know. Is this the only field I've got to do? 13 is done. 14, 11 needs to be... Yeah, this is it, I guess, for now. Alright, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I don't know if it makes any difference as far as... oh, you know what I should do? I should check and see about the... I'm a little scatterbrained right now. I need to check and see about the fertilizing situation. And I think I did, but I can't recall. Okay, so fruit type, no. Growth, no. Soil composition. Let's turn that off. because I know I have to plow something. I have to plow 16, but it's not ready. Fertilizing. 13 is on the first stage, so I can't do anything. I have to wait to do that after the next growth stage, which isn't there yet, I think. Let's see. Uh-oh, I just hit the side of the... I think I just hit the side of a mountain. Oh, it's done. Let's finish this up. Let me just stop him right here. Stop right here. Don't do anything else. Hold yourself up, buddy. Get rid of that. So that worked. Sweet. Okay, so that's ready to go. I think all my fields are seeded now. I just have to keep up with the fertilizing. And I'll go back and check that again. Just get this guy out of the way. Okay, so what I was checking was the growth pattern. Okay, so this one is now in the second stage, because if you notice, it's went beyond yellow and a little bit into the green. So let me see if I can now do my, this would be the second fertilizing. So let's grab the fertilizer, and he's way over here where I don't need to be. So I'm going to take him over to field, let's start with field 13, I guess, and see what that's all about, if I can do a second fertilizing. Oh man, was I supposed to fertilize one? Oh. Was one needing fertilizing? Yes. Yes, and it's further along than 13. Well, bummer. I'm going back, I guess. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it! First of all, do I have a fertilizing course for field 1? Let's take a look. Harvest, plow, and cultivating. I do not have a fertilizing. Wonder why I didn't do that. Why did I not do that? Did I say to myself, hey, that's a small field, doesn't need to have a course? Probably. Let's go down this corner here. That's what I probably did. So let's do one of these. We're going to do field number 1, 24 meters. We're starting in the southeast. Southeast. We're going to be heading north. And let's do one headland. Do that and this. Alright, field 1. Fert. Southeast, heading north. I think it was 24 meters times 1. And there we go. And I'm just going to do this. Let it go. See what happens here. So far so good. I might have to pick up the corners, but we'll find out here. It is a small field, it won't take very long. And while we're doing that though, let's make sure that that it's doing what it's supposed to do. And that would be, yeah, see, it's turning, where I'm at, it's turning dark. So this is working, I guess. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell what it's doing. Maybe it's just a second stage. I don't know. But obviously part of it was in the first stage, so if it's doing the second stage, that's good. It's all good. It's all good. Needs fertilizing. It's getting fertilized. That's the important thing. And now I don't need that piece of equipment right there anymore either. Let me go to the garage and get rid of it. I can sell that. So would that be under headers? No, it's going to be in my garage. Never mind. Let's run over and get rid of that because I don't need it any longer. That right there. There's $3,000. Sweet. I'm going to let this guy go. Let's do... I think I did the stumps already. And let's jump out and see how this field's doing. I don't know if I want to wait. It's 100%. It's time to go. Sweet. Let's do it. I've been waiting for this. That's a small field, so I'll probably just... I don't know if I need a... I don't know if I need a course for this or not. Oh. Well, let's just do it. What the heck. Sure slow, isn't it? Tis terribly slow. Right, somebody's done. I'm assuming it's that seeder, that fertilizer feller. I don't like putting the windrow out of the field. It's a pain. It looks ugly and it's nasty and needs to be cleaned up and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to do it. I'll just let it empty out at the end of the field. So I played Maverick the other day. Somebody asked me a question whether I like Maverick better than Cherry Hills. Now, Cherry Hills is a Stevie map, and I've played all the iterations of Cherry Hills. And in that, I mean the one he had in 2015, the one he had in 2017, and all the different versions he's had. And I like Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill was a fun map. I liked it. I do. Now, whether I like Maverick better or not, I don't know. I might. I've played more. I've actually played Maverick more than I've played Cherry Hills, which would lead me to think that I probably liked Maverick better than Cherry Hills if I played it more. So, which isn't to say that I didn't play Cherry Hill a lot. I did play it a lot. I just played Maverick more. So if I had to venture just based on that, I would say that I probably like Maverick better because I played it more. If I get bored with a map, I just literally don't play it. Rattlesnake the Rattlesnake one, Rattlesnake Valley, I think it was called. Oh my God, it was when that was being worked on. Everybody said, "Oh, we can't wait. Oh, Rattlesnake's going to be out. Oh, it's going to be so great. It's a wonderful thing." And I started playing it, and I did not like it at all. It was not a good map for me. It just you couldn't make any money on it. It was just everything was real expensive. The you did a huge field and made very little money, and you couldn't buy any equipment because you didn't have any money. You couldn't buy any animals because you didn't have any money, and you had a couple of fields, but the problem was that even after harvesting the fields, your yields were such and the price was such that you literally made no money. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. All right, let's go get Stubby. Whoa! My combine took off on me. Stop, combine. So yeah, if there's a farm out there I don't like, I just don't play it. I think the same thing that happened with some other games out there recently. There's a game. There was a space game out that I wanted to get because I liked the concept of the game, and it was hyped so high. There was so much hype on it, and by the time it came out, and yes, I'm talking about No Man's Sky. By the time it came out, everybody hated it. Now, I didn't mind the game all that much. I played it. I played it a little bit, and I didn't really do too much complaining about it. Did it meet the hype? No, not even close. But that didn't make it a bad game. It just didn't meet the expectations that people had of it, and for good reason, because it was hyped up so much. People were expecting more. Now, some people just expected certain things because, some people will look at it and say, "Oh, this is going to be a great game." Because it looks like something I'm going to really like. Then the game comes out and it isn't what they thought it was going to be, and they're upset. Well, that's not the game's fault. Now, that being said, this one was hyped up to be the best thing since sliced bread for a space game, and didn't live up to it. It had a lot of problems with it. They did fix a lot of it eventually, but by then the damage was done. I'm thinking that the same thing is going to happen to this cattle and crops thing. Now, this cattle and crops, I never got into it. I didn't send them any money. I didn't really follow everything they're doing, but I've looked at quite a bit of it, as they're showing things, and I don't see anything extra special about it. It doesn't look any different to me than this game. And they've been working on it so long now, I'm afraid that it's never going to come out. And if it does, I'm afraid that it's not going to be what they said it's going to be. Now, I could be wrong, but the way it looks now is by the time it comes out, I think it's going to be overhyped. If it ever does come out. Now, if you follow gaming, there's tons and tons and tons of games that people are excited about that never come out. They just never finish them. And that's what I'm afraid of cattle and crops. I'm afraid that it's just not going to... that it may not even come out. And if it does, I don't think it's going to be anything better than this game. That's just my personal opinion from what I've seen. Most people say, "Oh, look, it's doing this and it's doing that." Well, for one thing, I'll give you an example. There's a game that has cutscenes in it and the cutscenes are CGI, specially made to show the game off. It's not gameplay. You know what if you know what I'm talking about. It's a movie they make using CGI to make it look really good. But when you actually see the gameplay is different. Most of the stuff that I've kind of seen from Cattle and Crops to me have looked like that kind of thing. It's kind of like, you know, we're showing off something that isn't necessarily going to be what you see every day playing the game. The stuff that I've seen that's like every day playing the game doesn't look any different than this. I've seen some of their combines and their tractors and stuff, and they look just like the combines and tractors in this game. Now, they may have different physics going on in the game. I don't know, because it's not out yet, so... Yeah, that's just my own opinion, based on a limited amount of information I've got on it. Alright, we're done. That didn't take long. Now that I have my big header here. Alright, now I've got to run up and get my grass picker-upper. This thing here. Get rid of the grass and use it to pick up the straw. I think it's funny, this thing, when it gets dirty, all the stuff on the thing disappears. It's full of mud. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Damn, that was close. All those dirty parts there that's a John Deere sign on the side of the rig, and it gets so dirty it covers it completely up. That's hilarious right there. Alright, we're heading back to the farm over the dangerous road. This looks like a road from Indiana Jones or something. We're Indiana Jones the farmer. If Indiana Jones was a farmer, this would be his farm. Professor Jones! Professor Jones! Then I got to figure out which one of these tractors is leased. I think it might be this one. Alright, let me get back here so I can see the wheels. Keep them on the road here. Now I think I can come down here and clean these trees up and clean this road up a little bit, but I'm not sure. I just haven't had time to do it yet. It's kind of low on the priority list. The higher priority list is getting my my farmland cleaned up. So I haven't been too excited about getting down here and cleaning up this path down here, because it doesn't really provide income from my pocket. Birds are tweeting. Yeah, so far I'm having fun on this farm, but I am missing some of my modded equipment. Basically, most of the equipment I'm using is not modded. It's from the actual game, and that's good. That's good. It's just I kind of miss some of my mods though. Mods are kind of funny. You know, I usually play modded games like Skyrim, Fallout. Those games are all modded. This game's modded. And every once in a while I'll go through it because you start having trouble after a while using mods because they conflict with each other and that kind of thing. Every once in a while I'll go through and I'll go through my mods, and I have this way of kind of scoring them. And I score them by not how much you know the mod does or what it does, but whether I can play without it. So what I'll do is I'll go through all the mods I had. Like in Skyrim, I had like over 200 and some mods in there, and I started having a lot of problems with the mods conflicting and the game crashing and stuff like that. Same thing with Fallout New Vegas. I just had a ton of problems with that game. So you go through them, and my first input is, which mod will I absolutely just refuse to play the game without? Because seriously, once you go through the vanilla game and you want to do another playthrough and do some other things with mods and stuff, just to make it different, make the game feel different, make it play different, make it more exciting, whatever reason you want to use a mod for. There are a lot of mods that are cosmetic or they really don't add anything to the game other than maybe the wow factor, or they do something that you think maybe is a little cool. Cosmetic would be, you know, if you have a particular weapon that makes your character Mr. Fantastic, you know, that kind of thing, or look cooler or whatever. There's a lot of mods like that, and a lot of times they may conflict with other mods. So what I do is I go through all my mods and I say, okay, now this mod here, if I didn't have this mod, would I still want to play the game? And seriously, there are some mods that if I can't use the mod, I just don't want to play the game anymore. So there's that. Where's my silo? It's over here. I didn't lose it. I just got lost for a second. So I'll go through and I'll take out or I'll leave in, I should say, just those mods that I just literally could not play the game without. And if the game's still running well, then I start adding the next stage, which would be the ones that that I really like to play with, that I could live without, but it'd be nice if I could put them in. And I'll throw those in. Now, some of those might be things like immersion ones. You know, if you've got an immersion one, like an NPC that you can take as a companion and play the game with, you know, you don't need it to have fun in the game, but it might be kind of fun to have a companion that says silly things once in a while, or you know, that kind of thing. But you could play without it. It's not that big a deal. But you have fun playing with it. And then I start adding those in. And again, if I run the game and it's doing fine, then I go to the next one, which is the more cosmetic stuff that absolutely don't really add a lot of functionality in the game, but might be kind of fun, like an outfit that makes you look like you're the next best thing to Jean-Claude Van Damme, or something like that. You know, that it's absolutely cosmetic. Now, a lot of those don't necessarily have conflicts, except, well, no, I shouldn't say that, because a lot of them do, because a lot of times they deal with textures and things like that, and they will actually change the textures of items in the game, and that might cause a conflict. And then if you've got one that changes a texture that another mod also uses, then you've got a problem. So yeah, those can be a problem. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of how I go through my games, and And I ended up going from, in that particular game, from about 220 mods down to about, maybe 20. And the game ran a whole lot better. Alright, let's work it. Gonna get this straw. Hopefully we can get it all off in one trip. That'd be sweet, wouldn't it? Let me get this. I don't like that straw off the field. Bugs me. Yeah, this isn't going to take long. I can do this 24 miles an hour. I've got some equipment I can get rid of. I think I'm going to keep that huge plow until I get those big fields that I'm doing worked up. I might get rid of that big plow. I don't care that much for it. And I've got a couple trailers that actually came with the map that I've never used and probably won't use. Those little bitty trailers, those little bitty grain trailers. Never used them and probably won't. They're up in a shed up here. Might get rid of those. A little extra money. I have to decide when I'm going to actually buy some animals. Right now I'm concentrating on getting those those fields cleared. That's taking up most of my time, and so I don't want to mess with animals that are going to take up my time. And I tell you, one of these days I'm going to be done clearing those fields out, and then I'm not going to log another log. I swear. I swear. I'll be done with logging. Not my cup of tea, the logging. It's a lot better than it was, because at first when I started logging, and I really, really, really didn't like it, I was doing it with a chainsaw and all that manual loading equipment. Oh my God, I hated it. I thought, why would anybody want to do this? Well, unless you were playing a logging game. But see, I wasn't. I was playing a farming game. I didn't care about the logging. Whoa! Well, I don't see any sense in putting... Now, wait a minute. We've got some straw here. Do we need to put straw in? Yeah, we do. We don't have any straw in here. Let's put some in. Alright, I didn't do that very well. Hang on. Let me get a little further out here. Figure out which pedal does what here. Alright, let's see if this will do it. There we go. Alright, so we'll start making some mixed feed here. Wow, it didn't take very much, did it? And then what do we need here? We need... okay, we're doing soybeans. I was doing soybeans instead of the corn on this mixed feeder here. So I'm doing soybeans instead of the corn. And then I've got potatoes going, and then we've got barley and wheat. So we're good. We're good. We're all good. We got potatoes going. We've got some soybeans going. So we'll make some mixed feed up, and then by the time we get some pigs, we'll have some feed for them. At least a starting few. And I may go ahead and get some sheep, because sheep don't take a lot of care. All I need for them is grass and water. And I got tons of grass. Alright, let's dump this in. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong one. Where am I going? I thought I had grass. I'm so used to driving this forage wagon through to the grass. I need to put it in here. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode here. I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you back on the farm in the next episode. In the meantime, I'll probably do some more logging in between episodes, so I'll show you the progress that we've made for that. And I'll see you back on the farm in the next episode. Happy farming.